What is up, boys and girls of YouTube? So it's that time of the year. Maybe not the time of the year, but it's the time of Smite Season 5 that we get into our guides, our teaching. I want you guys to get better. So that's what we're going to do in this game. In this video right here. Fairly straightforward. This one will be a rotation guide. Nothing too wild. It's not too crazy. It's not too in-depth. It's really not that difficult right now. There is two options. We're going to go over both. After the beginning 2.5 minutes, 3 minutes of rotating, then the game opens up to how you want to do it and what you want to do. But to begin with, you're always going to start your speed buff. Really invading right now is going to cause you to lose lane creeps, or cause whoever invades with you to lose lane creeps, and realistically it just puts you in a really bad spot where right now the late game comes up so quickly that you just want to get the smart farm, the guaranteed farm, take whatever you can away as the game goes on. But at the beginning you want to start off clean, right? So you're going to start your speed buff straightforward. This is start number one. Start your speed buff, do your harpies here. Then you're going to do your blue buff over there. To begin with, your mid can help you on speed. It's up to them, whatever's more comfortable for them. Same with the blue. Your solo might out clear and come help you. It's fine either way. You should hit level 2 no matter what. Now, after that, this is where the rotation becomes a little more... I wouldn't say sketchy, but a little bit less clean. So you're going to meet here with the other jungler. It's going to happen if he's doing the same start as you. There's nothing you can do about it. If you realize you out clear them, so as you're clearing harpies and blue buff, you're going to be looking at the gold count. You're also going to be trying to get your mid to relay information whether the jungler has crossed over towards red buff or not. If you know the jungler hasn't crossed, you see that you have more gold than the other jungler. You are going as you're coming this way. So if you clearly see you hit 2 before him, so watch the levels. Then also watch the gold. If your gold's going up faster than his, if you've hit 2 and already rotated all the way to these before he's hit 2, clear him. You're safe. You're clean. There's nothing. He's not going to show up out of nowhere, right? Now, if he has cleared the same as you aren't that far ahead, you're a little unsure. I like to run up and pressure if I'm running a high pressure god. So if I like Nemesis, I'll run up. I'll start autoing the person. I'll 2 him. And then I'll keep autoing them, get them to chase away, have my mid rotate in if he's around, do the mid harpies. If the mid can't rotate in, just take it clean. Do not pull these if the other jungler is going to be there to steal them. Sure as hell, do not use your abilities. One of my common things I've been doing right now, as I'm clearing the blue buff over here, right here, this blue buff, I will pop a health pot so my health is high enough to sustain and then be full health when I fight over these mid harpies. Now, if you get out cleared, you don't make it, they're gone. Your ideal situation is then to grab a mid wave. Make sure to secure these left harpies if that is possible. Sometimes it's not. Go for their red buff or your red buff. Just pick up the safe clear. After red buff, you will do your back camps. Your middle will leave red buff and go to mid lane. You will split off. You do not want to be splitting every single wave. You don't want to be splitting every single camp. That is not the plan anymore. That is not ideal. That's not what you want to do. So right about here, you should have around 1,200 gold in a normal game. You can decide whether you want to back and get your boots. Rank 2. You can decide if you're playing Thanatos. You probably are finishing your Heartseeker right then, because I start Heartseeker on Thanatos. I don't go any starter items. You want to back if you're Thanatos. Otherwise, up to you. Your speed buff should be respawning right about then, and you'll be grabbing your second speed buff. And here's where the rotation starts over and where the decision making starts to take place. If your solo laner can secure their blue, you don't need to go for it. It's not priority. If not, maybe you want to go grab it. I like to secure the mid camps here because they're usually respawning about right after you finish your speed buff or as you finish your speed buff. And I like to take them away from the other jungler. This opens up more as well because from here I can decide, do I need to pick up my harpies? Usually you do because you're trying to hit 5 early. If for some reason that is not the play, that's not what you want to do, you will rotate across the left side. You will look at your red buff. You will look at the oracles. You will look at the mid harpies. You will look at ganking the duo lane because there's a lot of fighting over there. It all depends on the situation. Like I said, the decision making starts to kick in right then. You're looking at ganks. You're looking at pressure. You're looking at invades. You're looking at taking their red buff because that is huge right now. You're looking at getting the pressure on the map by holding oracles. It opens up. It's widespread right about then, right? Now let's reset. back to no time at all. You've got your second start, your second option of starting, and this will work just as well. It's just a counterplay, whatever's more comfortable with you, and how you seem to play off of it is how you have to decide. If you play better off start 1, do that. If you play better off start 2, do that. So you're gonna start speed as usual. You usually want to solo the speed, but it doesn't matter if the mid really needs to help you. That's fine. So you're gonna do your speed buff instead of going to the harpies. You're gonna take a hard turn over here and grab your red buff. Your red buff is usually spawning just about that time, especially if your mid helps. So you grab your red buff, and if you know the other jungler is doing our start number 1, you are then going to head over and do their red buff. If you're not sure what he's doing, you're gonna grab mid harpies. And then do your rotation just across to the other side. You'll clear a mid wave, then you'll rotate over. You'll get your harpies. If blue hasn't been done, which it should have been done, but if it hasn't been done, you'll grab their blue. You'll look at taking their harpies away. This is a better pressure kind of thing. It kind of mixes up what side the jungler is on the map and allows you to pressure duo lane a lot harder if you choose to do so. It's all open. It's all free. The biggest mistake people are making with the early rotations is they're not picking up their farm as it spawns. If you're not killing somebody, sorry for coughing the mic. If you're not killing somebody, there's farm to be gotten. There's something you should be doing. You shouldn't be standing still. There's back harpies on the left side. There's their white harpies. There's their buffs on the left side of the map. It's really whatever you're trying to do. I don't know what this Anubis is doing. It's up to you after that beginning rotation. There's really no wrong answer as long as you are getting farm somewhere on the map. And just don't ever think it. Don't think you have to be doing this one thing. If your solo laner dies, it's not always your fault. But with you knowing the rotation you're doing, you usually can learn the rotation the other jungler's doing. And if your speed buff's up, guess where the other jungler is going to be? He's going to be doing his fucking speed buff because he wants that shit. So that's easy for you to say, hey, solo laner, probably get away if you're at half health because the jungler is doing his speed right now. He's going to head over and kill you. Or hey, duo lane, I just did my speed. He's going to be heading to his red. Back off so I can do my right side, the speed side buffs, and then I'll head over and we can look for a 3v3 fight, or we can look for a gank if the other jungler has shown up somewhere else. It opens up a lot. The key for you guys is using your VGS, paying attention to the map as to where you can fight, gank, and steal farm. That's it. Using your fucking VGS to tell your team back the fuck off. Spam that shit. If they don't listen, their fault, right? If they don't listen and you can do something about it, rotate. They don't listen, you can't do something about it, take farm elsewhere, make a play elsewhere, do what you can elsewhere. Right now, if you have pressure on the solo speed side of the map, it's very easy to do portal demon on a lot of gods right now. Very, very easy. If your solo laner rotates over, you guys can do it. If your mid lane comes, you sure as hell can do it. If your dual lane feeds their brains out, the other team goes to gold, take the portal demon. Take what farm you can get, keep your team in the game. Look to win the team fights later on because late game comes up very, very quickly. Now, those are the two main starts that there are right now as a jungler. There are starts in other lanes, obviously, in solo lane, mid lane, whatever you want to do. I will be covering that stuff over time. I will be going over a top 5 guide. Probably like tomorrow, honestly. If this guide helped you all, let me know. There are some gods that open up some weirder stuff, like Arachne, which another video coming soon. We're pushing for 100k subs, so please hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, comment. Let me know what you guys want to see outside of regular Smite gameplay. What guides you want to see, what information you want to learn, what things don't you understand. It's fairly easy for me to explain most stuff in a video right now. The game isn't really that intense. The fact that late game comes up makes your early game decisions important, but not as crazy as before. Whereas if you're a jungler and you miss one camp, you're fucked for the whole game. That doesn't happen now. There's farm elsewhere. The creeps give so much farm late game that if you're a level behind late game and your solo laner already hits 20 or your mid hits 20 early, you go take 2 waves from that person's lane and you're going to catch up very quickly because of the scaling right now. So just remember that stuff as you play. Don't quit just because you messed up or your ADC fed or whatever. There is potential to come back. It's not going to be there every game, but there's potential. 25 minutes, 30 minutes into a game, you can win a team fight because you're all level 20, but you're down 10k. You're still the same level. You're still doing a shit ton of damage. Objectives are still everywhere. Split pushing is still a thing. You just have a lot of options right now in Smite. It makes it really fun. As a jungler, I think it's pretty cool that there isn't just one start you have to do. There isn't one rotation. There isn't one gank you're always looking for. You aren't always fighting over mid harpies. There's just a lot for you to look at. So with that being said, Like I said earlier, please subscribe. We're pushing for 100K. We're very close. Comment below anything you're looking for. If you like these videos, whatever you want to tell me in the comments below. Hit the like button, and I will see you all in a video tonight and tomorrow.